All right, bang, bang. Today is Thursday. It is February 26th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. We have this month's Brain Clash, the February Brain Clash. It actually is the 8th. I said the 6th last time. It was the 7th, so this means it is the 8th. At some point, I will get it right, but Nick, welcome back.
I'm so excited. I told you before we started recording, I woke up giddy because just seeing these two titans of the game go at it, and I just get to be here live in between, feeling the anger, feeling the tension. It's a feeling I can't compare to anything else, Ed.
And Dave, you don't feel that way. You said you're...
I get nervous for these, yeah, because I don't know what the questions are. I don't know how I'm going to be put on the spot, but I am excited at the same time, but a little...
Cheah, your inner dialogue was going crazy today, huh? You were nervous as well?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it as soon as I sat down here. I'm looking forward to it.
So when you think you don't have a voice, it's not your voice?
No, like,
I think that makes you like a sociopath.
I think there's a high percentage of people that do not have this.
An internal monologue?
Yes.
It's more than you'd probably think or want. I have one.
But I think most people, I feel like it's like 60-40 or 70-30 or something like that, where it's not like it's an extreme outlier.
Can you picture
Fact check.
imagery in your brain? Like if you think of Apple, do you see an apple or do you just have the idea of an apple in your head?
I have to like hear it or see it or something like that come to mind. I'm not just
have
like
to hear an
randomly
apple.
doing shit and then it's like apple. Yeah, like it's
Studies
pretty visual.
estimate that roughly 30 to 50% of people
Wow.
do not have a constant running internal dialogue, while some research suggests only 5 to 10% of people completely lack an inner voice.
I don't know how you prove it.
Yeah.
I don't know either. You just survey a bunch of people.
I can think about stuff. I don't have a voice.
That's
Mine's
weird
my
to
own
me.
voice in my head.
Yeah, that's same with me. Yours too?
Jacob?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the timing. Like sometimes I'm definitely like in my head more than others, but usually it's
But when you think you hear a voice when you think.
it's me.
I don't know if it's hearing.
It's not hearing, but
technically.
I
yeah,
imagine.
it's
yeah.
Have you ever
There's
done
a
anything
voice there.
and left and been like, I'm an idiot. I'm a dumbass.
You don't like
Maybe I'll say that, but I'm not hearing a voice inside my head saying that in my voice, and I'm not talking.
Got it.
when you're falling asleep, like your brain doesn't think of like social faux pas you've committed in the past
Never.
and like shoot up. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Lucky.
I got that is lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this Brain Clash is definitely picked up well by the Stella Blue coffee canned latte. These are great. Steven, you
Yep.
work on these, right?
I do, yeah. Great product.
Great product, craft with 100% Colombian coffee. Each can is a good source of protein and comes in 2 smooth flavors, espresso cafe mocha, espresso sweet cream. But the great thing about Stella Blue is that the benefits go beyond the great taste, Dave. Every purchase supports animal rescue organizations, so when you drink Stella Blue, not only are you drinking great tasting coffee, you're also helping save dogs. And if lattes aren't your thing, Stella Blue has a variety of formats and customizable coffee. Try it now at StellaBlueCoffee.com. All right, the Brain Clash. Cheah, you won last time, so you get the option of deferring or going first.
I hear the topic first.
Yes.
Yes. At what age should elderly drivers be cut off?
I thought about this today.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Does that mean you're going to take it away?
I'm going to receive. I would like to go first.
Okay, you're on the clock.
I think when we get to 75, I think that's because I saw this woman in a very big car. She was old as dirt. I mean, her skin was falling off. I was surprised that such a small person was able to operate such a large vehicle. She was turning onto a main road, not like a highway or anything, but like maybe like a 35 or 40 mile an hour road. And I was just like, holy cow, this person should not be allowed to do this. So I'm glad you brought this topic up. It's not safe. Your senses start to go a little bit earlier than that. I mean, I can speak from the experience of just knowing people around that age. Like my dad was born in 52. So that makes him 48 plus 20. So he's getting close to that age. He's okay right now. So he's probably 72. So he's probably, or 73. He's okay enough to drive around a little bit. In 4 or 5 years, I'm not super confident with him picking me up from the airport or something like that. Like this is driving is a dangerous thing. It's a very it's a necessary tool for most of society. But if you're at that age, it's not safe to be wielding a, how much do cars weigh? Like a ton. Yeah, it's not safe to be driving around like a 2,000-pound weapon that can kill someone.
Okay. White Sox Dave.
I'll say this. You put a actual number on the age. I don't think it's a particular age. I think that once you hit retirement age, 66, you should be taking a maybe even biannually test to see how lucid you are, see how quick your mental aptitude is, how your decision making, how your driving skills, like physically. I don't think you put a specific age on it. I think that once you get to that, I think it's 66, you take a driver's test every 6 months, and the second that you prove to, I don't know, the state, I guess it would be, then you don't get to drive anymore, because like you said, it's not just a car, it's not just a mode of transportation. That is a death machine. That's a weapon that can hurt people. I'll give an example. I was driving with my grandpa, my New Jersey grandpa. He was in town. This is probably about 10, 12 years ago. And he was taking a left turn, and there was a boulevard between the correct lane and the oncoming traffic lane. He accidentally turned into the oncoming traffic lane. It was later at night. It was dark out, I remember. And my grandma and I are screaming at him, "You're in the wrong lane. You're in the wrong lane." Couldn't have batted, like, he was so chill about, like, oh, I'll just put it in reverse right on this decently busy highway, not highway, but street. And I'm like, this cannot happen. Like, I should be driving this car. The children of people who are have elder family members need to also put their foot down, be like, you cannot drive anymore. You're gonna kill yourself, you're gonna kill family member, or you're going to kill someone we don't know. So I'm not going to put a specific age on it. I'm going to put, as soon as you are no longer working, you're retired, you have to take that biannual test. And if you don't get to drive anymore. You don't get to drive legally anymore. So 75, maybe some people operate better at 75 than others. But don't even let them get to that chance where you got to put it up to chance,
I think that's a novel concept, and I would agree with that. That being said, there is no way to enforce that. You think the people that are of that age are driving so much that they are compliant enough with current laws that they'd be like, well, 6 months, I got to go take my driving test that I hate doing, and there's a decent chance I fail. No, they're not going to do that. You need to enforce it just at the age where you actually take their keys, and do not sell cars, do not rent cars to people of that age.
Yeah, well, while fair, I don't think there needs to be an actual finite number on it. It's like I said, you can be a fully capable 75-year-old, a 68-year-old, 69-year-old, someone else might be losing it and losing their marbles at the same time. So I would say 65, 66, whatever the current retirement age, if you are no longer working and you have excess time on your hands, you need to start taking a biannual driver's test. And if you don't do that, you're breaking the law. Get pulled over, take the fucking keys out of them. To me, that's no more safe than like a guy that's blowing a .08 into a breathalyzer.
Okay,
last point for me is that I know someone that is 51 and retired. So I
said the retirement age. He might retire early. I said the legal retirement age.
So you said you didn't want to put an age on it.
That's when you start testing them. And if they're completely lucid, then they can keep driving. But if, like he's saying, at 75, they're no longer allowed to drive. Some 75-year-olds are completely capable. That's what I meant by that.
All right, Nick, you want to lead us off here?
Yeah, great clash, boys. Cheah, I have a list of 75-year-old celebrities. Tell me if you'd want to see them on the road or not.
Okay.
Dr. Phil.
Perfect.
I haven't seen him in several years.
Phil Collins. Bill Murray.
Phil Collins feels like she should not be driving.
She?
Phil Collins seems like he should not be driving.
Okay.
Jay Leno, he collects cars.
The guy that fell down a hill? Yeah, no. He should not be driving.
Wait, what's
Stevie Wonder? Okay, yeah, I think 75 is younger than you people think in their heads. But you did say an age. What if they don't retire, Dave?
I said the retirement age.
But you said you didn't want to put an age on it.
I
and
said
then-
the retirement age.
So what is
when
the
you-
retirement age?
I think it's 66 right now. I'm not.
So your answer is
so
66?
It's not 66. You said the question was, when do you take the keys? They're no longer
No, that
allowed
was
to
not the
drive.
question, Dave.
What was the question?
Well, what age should elderly people stop driving?
At what age should elderly people stop driving? Hold on. I said you have to prove that you can drive starting at the retirement age, which I believe is 66.
So you did put an age on it.
I didn't. You're not listening to a thing I'm saying.
You put 66 on
I
it.
said you have to see if they.
You have to be
are
retirement
capable.
age.
You're not letting me get a word out of my mouth. I think I'm talking to myself right now. You're cutting me off like crazy.
Okay, go ahead.
I said it's at whatever the retirement. I think it's 66. That is when you have to start proving you can continue to drive. If you can't, keys gone. You're not allowed to hit the road anymore. But like a 75-year-old, some 75-year-olds can drive, some can't. Like, or they're capable of driving, some aren't. But it doesn't matter. Like, it could be 66, it could be 67, it could be 88. It doesn't matter a specific age where it's just like, nope, no more.
So you didn't answer with an age.
That's exactly how I let off. Yes.
You're keep on contradicting yourself
I'm not.
over and over.
I'm not.
So your answer is 66.
At 66, you have to prove you can drive.
So that's your answer.
It's not. Because it's are you following anything I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
At 66, you have
but
to prove you can start driving. If you can prove if you take those biannual tests, you're over.
Yeah,
here.
but hypothetically, if someone fails and they can't drive, they have
Yes,
to
then
stop driving
okay,
at
then they're
66.
done.
So that's when they have to start taking a test.
Yes.
This
That doesn't mean that they're cut off from
So that's
driving.
the-
That's
but-
when you have to start
okay.
proving you can.
Okay.
Physically
this was a
handle-
question on a test with like a line that's like this long where you're supposed to write a number in, and you wrote a paragraph.
Because there's nuance to this. Not every 66 or 88-year-old or 70, not all of them are cut from the exact same cloth. Some can handle it, some can't.
What do you think, Nick?
With all this being said, and Dave and I did butt heads there a little bit, I'm going Dave. I like the idea of a test.
I wish you stuck to an age because your age had a reason. His was arbitrary.
Yeah, he
So
just
I
threw a
wish you
number
said
out
like
there.
I wish you said if I had to give one, 66 would be it, because I think there is a reason for that age. Which you're right, it is 66 if you're born between 55 and 59. So I'm still going to give it to you though, because like I like that you gave an age, even though like you tried to take your age away.
I
from
didn't try
yourself.
to take an age away. I said that like my point is that like my father, we'll use as an example. Say he's 70.
I get your point.
I know what you're saying.
I know what you're saying.
He could be completely
Everybody.
But
of
you
his
start
wits.
testing at 66.
yes. Twice a year, and
Twice a year?
The second that you well, I don't like driving with old people on the road because they suck at driving. They're dangerous. The second that you prove to the state that you are not a safe driver, you cannot drive. That might be 66, that might be 88, that might be 70, but you have to
Yes.
prove to the state that you can physically handle the responsibility of driving a vehicle.
Okay. All right. And Jacob, I didn't let you know, but please keep listening because you are a tiebreaker.
Yes.
vote here.
Copy.
What did you think of that real quick?
I think a test makes more sense than
It's not really answering the question.
Yeah.
It did answer the question.
He said, at what age?
And I said
You kept on saying, I'm not saying an age.
Yes.
Yes.
But
So you didn't answer the question, Dave.
I'm using his brain. It's effectively retirement age if they fail the test.
Yes.
Exactly.
But all I'm saying is you didn't answer the question asked.
I did answer the question asked. I answered it with nuance. He just threw a fucking number out there, the first round number that popped in his head.
This
Okay, you answered it with nuance.
75 won a round number.
All right, here we go. White Sox Dave, it's up to you.
It's an easy number that.
You receiving or kicking? What is the best fuel to use for grilling?
I'll punt this one.
Whoa.
I'll defer.
Notorious griller,
Yep.
Stephen Cheah.
I'm going gas. It's the Blue Rhino. You turn the thing. It's so easy. You don't have to deal with the lighter fluid stuff. You don't have to deal with charcoal heating up. You don't have to deal with foil. You don't have to deal with the rot of your barbecue. The gas is so easy. You just take it to the store. They give you a new one when it's done. It has that great taste. You get the feel of the fire. That's what is really cooking your meats, is the fire, which is what the fuel fuels.
Okay. Am I allowed to write down notes when he's speaking
Sure,
to
if you
combat?
want, sure.
Okay. I don't need to for this one, but just wanted to know
Thanks for
his
asking.
reference.
Yep.
First of all, I got a question. What did you mean the rot of the grill?
Like if you don't properly line the grill with charcoal underneath, it can rot the bottom of it and like burn the holes in the bottom of the grill.
No, that's not how that happens. That's caused by letting the grill sit out in rain, and the rain and the metal gets oxidized and rusts by the rain and water and liquids. And so that's wrong. 2, you said it's clean, I believe. I have a gas grill. Shout out Weber. They sent me it. It is awesome. I have to clean it every spring, and it is a bitch of a chore. It's a bitch of a chore. It doesn't.
If you had a charcoal grill, you'd have to clean it out too.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm using your point against you. You have to clean that thing. You have to disassemble all the grates, all the drip pans underneath, and it's not a clean process. It takes hours, and it sucks.
Doesn't take hours.
Yes, it does.
Do you
Yes,
brush
it
your
does.
grill after you use it?
Yes, I do. I take care of it because it's an expensive, nice grill. But and 3, I forget what your third point was, but I'll say this: charcoal, it adds to the flavor of meat. You get that nice coal taste in a nice steak that adds to the flavor of the meat. When you cook on charcoal as well, you got the open flame below it. On a gas grill, you have the little triangle things that cover the flame, but on a charcoal grill, you get that grease drip into the fire. That fire burns up a little bit, and it gives you that nice crust underneath the meat. I like cooking on a gas grill, but charcoal is absolutely the way to go. Sure, there's a cleanup afterwards as well. You got to get rid of the ash and all that, but for just when you're cooking food, your main goal for the most part, unless you're just in a hurry or rush or anything, but when you're taking your time cooking, barbecuing, grilling out on a Saturday for whatever's going on in the summer, charcoal's the way to go because of everything I just said.
With charcoal, you have to use lighter fluid, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You
don't have to. You can use one of those towers where it's
okay.
lighter fluid,
Most
yes,
people use
but
lighter
yes,
fluid,
for sure.
which can add a poor taste to food. And additionally, closing point:
Not if you use
White Sox
the correct
Dave.
amount.
White Sox Dave, you're a free man, alpha male in society in the Midwest suburbs. What kind of grill do you have? Do you have gas or charcoal?
I have a gas because it was sent to me.
Okay,
It was sent to me.
I mean, you probably could have asked for a charcoal, I'd assume.
They sent me the most expensive grill in their arsenal, and it doubles down as a charcoal grill. So,
which do you use more?
If I were allowed to, I'm not allowed to use charcoal because of my HOA. However, if I were to, and honestly, I have broken that rule a handful of times. But
but not most of them.
Not most of them. It depends on what I'm cooking as well. If it I will say this: a gas grill for terms of just clicking it on and getting something on the grill and off the grill in a few minutes, that's nice. But if you're just sitting out on a Saturday afternoon and you're taking your time, charcoal's the way to go. And like I said, it's all about the flavor in the end. That charcoal adds that nice charcoal taste. It gives that nice
certainly
nice
a point.
char
But if you're
on the
cooking for
bottom.
a family, you got things to do. Maybe you got to take little Johnny to basketball. You got to get stuff done quick. Gas is the way to go.
You can do an electric charcoal grill too, where you just click it on. You got the flames coming up through the charcoal as it is.
Okay. All right. I'll start us off here. I think it was neck and neck early. I think Cheah came over the top at the end
With what?
with getting you to say like you have a gas grill. So
I have it's a combo grill, but
Yeah,
I'm not
but-
allowed to use it.
I get that, and I think that's also a point for
And
Cheah.
your defense was, well, that's the most expensive. That's not.
Yeah,
it's the nicest.
Yeah, because charcoal's a cheap form of energy. Gas is more expensive.
Is it? Filling up your gas tank is cheaper than buying a
That's not the same gas.
bag.
That's not. The
No,
same
no, like the
gas.
gas tanks like that you see. Yeah, the Blue Rhino.
Yeah,
Getting one of those is more expensive
that's like
than bags.
$25-ish bucks right now.
How much is a bag of
Yeah.
charcoal?
8.
Okay.
You got to buy multiple bags of charcoal.
You got to buy multiple cans of gas cans too.
I feel like a gas lasts.
I bet it's
much
pretty
the same.
close in cost.
So if you're smoking something like a brisket, say over the course of 4 or 5 hours, that's taking up a third of the tank. You're gonna have to. You got 2-3 uses out of that.
All right.
My vote's for Cheah. Nick, who do you got?
I felt like this was yours to lose, Dave, and I do feel like you did lose it by starting the debate with saying the perks of a gas grill.
I didn't say that any. I
That
said
it's
that.
easier, it's faster, and those are the things Steve should have said. If I were you, I would have gone in.
The question was, what is the best form of cooking?
Right.
So,
But then you said points for gas.
there was one. Of course, it's not a bad form of cooking a steak. but the best form of cooking a steak is charcoal.
I think I would have put.
It's not
I
black
think,
and white.
I think I would put the pressure on Steve of like, you're walking into a backyard barbecue. What are you more excited to see? Somebody cooking on a charcoal grill or somebody cooking on a gas grill? Because if the ball's out of your court and you don't have to clean and you don't have to make it, you're going to take charcoal every time.
I'm going to say this. This is going to be another point that the listeners of this podcast, this episode, are going to be like, Dave, mop the floor with him. The people who voted for Cheah are idiots.
Dave,
Like,
you got to
has been the
realize it
case.
comes into the debate sometimes. You sat there and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to lie, it is convenient. Like, you can't give him little wins.
And you were saying how you have to do like one big
hold
clean
on,
a
hold on.
year.
For a gas grill, yes.
That's
And
not bad.
And he
One
made,
big clean a year isn't bad.
it takes hours. It sucks.
One a year though.
Yeah, but he was saying that the normal use for a charcoal, it rusts out at the bottom. That's just because you're not taking care of it properly.
It's not what I believe, but I think Cheah debated it the best.
He didn't debate anything.
Agreed.
Sweep.
Okay. Back-to-back sweeps. All right, Stephen Cheah.
And you guys,
Eddie, quite the clash today.
he didn't even talk about the flavor of the food.
Yes, but that goes into the point of how you didn't argue that great.
That
I
wouldn't be
did.
my advantage.
But like, it wouldn't be his advantage. He knows the flavor. He knows you were going to go the flavor route because it is better.
This guy's
It
bringing
is.
a blue rhino. All right, let's pause this brain clash because this episode is brought to you by No Bull. No Bull is a footwear brand built for training. It's a brand built for anyone who strives to be better every day. No Bull celebrates a no bullshit approach to wellness. It's about being a work in progress and embracing the constant evolution to being better. The job is never done, and with options across training and lifestyle, No Bull has options for everyone. I'm wearing them right now. Boom. See them right there? They're comfortable, and they're light, which I love. I've been a big fan of them. I appreciate No Bull for getting me hooked up here. And you guys should go check out No Bull exclusively for Dog Walk listeners. No Bull is offering 35% off your first order. Visit nobullproject.com. Use code DOGWALK for 35% off your entire first order, which is nice. 35% is a pretty solid discount. So go check that out. Your first order, the entire first order, I should say, so you get a couple pairs of shoes. That's nobullproject.com. Use code DOGWALK for 35% off. Go check out No Bull. It's great. Like I said, we're all wearing them around the office, and everyone really loves them. So nobullproject.com. Go check it out. Go get some nice shoes, some comfortable shoes, some shoes that will work for you. Go do it.
Next.
All right, Jay,
God, you guys are the worst.
this is to you. Diarrhea every time or hard, borderline painful logs?
Oh.
Wait. Okay, I think okay.
Okay.
A dry big
I
log.
gotta ask: is frequency between the two equal?
Same regularity.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be for this.
Mm-hmm.
Follow-up question: do you have control over diarrhea, or is it controlling you?
It's your same every time. You keep your regular BMs.
Oh, okay. This is easy. I'm gonna receive, and I'm gonna take diarrhea. So, I actually didn't say this, but on Tuesdays, yeah, I had maybe the second worst diarrhea of my life. I pooped 13 times on Tuesday.
Good Lord.
It was horrible. I
You
think I
actually
lost like
counted?
5 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, it was terrible. I cooked something the night before that.
Probably on your gas grill, yeah.
No, it wasn't. I think I used old ginger.
That's got to be it.
I don't think ginger is going to really hurt you like that.
I don't know. Maybe it was bad meat. I don't know what it was. I cooked it in my kitchen, but terrible. And honestly, like when you're on the toilet, there is no better like relief than taking a big diarrhea shit because you can feel it bubbling up in your stomach. It's uncomfortable. You know, in this situation, you can control it, but you do have the doubt like, oh my God, am I going to make it to the bathroom in time? When you sit down on that toilet and you let out a diarrhea shit, it is such a relief. It is maybe as far as like relief and satisfaction, like a couple notches below like orgasm. Like it's just, oh yes. Like there are so, and if you
Dumb and Dumber.
if you disagree, what other things make you audibly moan?
Like a good food.
Sure, and I'm not saying it's like one below or a not. Like it's close. I would say it's in the same zip code. or maybe the next town over. But it is in that type of relief that you get from a diarrhea shit. If I'm taking a painful, described by you, a painful, hard shit, that hurts. I don't want my butt to
Borderline
hurt.
painful.
Borderline painful. I would not look forward to that. I don't know if I'd feel great relief from that. It would just hurt. Whereas a diarrhea shit, at least you feel relief.
Dave,
Can you ask the question one more time just so I have it exactly as is?
would you rather have diarrhea every time or a hard borderline painful? So not really painful. Borderline is a key word there. Long.
So is it the exact same pain level every time? Or is it going like one variation
yes, you
to
could
the
say
right or
you
left?
could say
Just for
that.
the sake of the
Just
study.
for the sake of this. So it's borderline painful. We've all experienced actual pain before. Borderline pain when you're taking a dump is just like kind of par for the course. Maybe you had some P.F. Chang's the night before. Maybe it was a late night burrito from a 3 a.m. Mexican place. Okay, one thing that Stephen Shea did not, because it would have ruined his argument, one thing that he did not bring up was the mess that a diarrhea shit takes. Now you're married. Your wife's going to be the one cleaning that up, doing the little...
You don't think I would clean up my own shit?
No, I mean, I don't think you're spraying down the toilet and everything.
Babe, get in here and clean up
but-
my shit.
When you take a giant diarrhea shit, the amount of fucking toilet paper that you're using, sometimes it's clogging the toilet. It is getting all over the sides. It's splattering around the porcelain.
Your diarrhea is clogging the toilet?
No, from the
from the
amount of
TP.
toilet paper
Yeah.
you have to use. A borderline painful shit, but you talked about the feeling, a borderline painful shit when you get that shit out of your asshole into the toilet, that's a moan right there in and of itself. You're like, ah. And guess what? Those are the shits that are oftentimes the one wipers where you are fucking wiping, you look at it, and you're like, wow, there's nothing there. Flush, gone, like on to the next thing. It's great. It's awesome, and it's typically quick too. And if you have a one wipe shit like that, a nice, clean dump, that means you're eating healthy.
I'm just envisioning Steven's wife's friend asking him, what's the worst part about living with Steven? Well, he only shits diarrhea.
Yeah, and I have to clean it up.
Okay.
My wifely duty.
Steven, any rebuttal here?
Yes. So you talked about how diarrhea could potentially clog a toilet, which obviously Nick debunked. The toilet paper is the only potential there, in which case, in any diarrhea that I've personally experienced, it's never so much that it's like the marker sensation, right? That we've talked about where it's just continual wipes. You're going to have probably 3 to 4 wipes and you'll be fine.
You're not only lying to my face right now, you're lying to the audience's face.
I pooped
That can
13
be-
times 2 days ago
That-
with diarrhea.
I
know.
understand. I understand. We've all had diarrhea, Steven. It's hardly ever limited to 3 or 4 wipes. Sometimes it is just, it's from like crack to like leg muscle almost, the amount of
Leg muscle.
like the bottom of
leg
your
muscle.
glute. I'm talking, you are wiping your entire asshole
Crack to like your knee? You're covered in
like,
shit?
to the bottom of your like ass cheek. The bottom of your glute, like the entirety of the inside of your ass cheeks. You are fucking wiping constantly.
You should be wiping your whole butt regardless of what kind of poop you
But
take.
the poop doesn't always go all over your ass cheeks like that. For diarrhea, it's a fucking war zone down there.
I
And it is rare. And if you're only wiping 3 or 4 times, like you got to keep double checking to make sure you got it all. And we haven't even talked about the expenses. If you're wiping that much, toilet paper is expensive right now. Roll of 9 for cheap toilet paper is like $15. That adds up over time.
one roll of toilet paper is $15.
Like a 9-pack of toilet paper is like $15. Yeah.
Brother, I make thousands of dollars a year. I can handle that.
But that
here's
adds up.
here's my closing point is that you talked about clogged toilets. Clogged toilets mainly come from giant shits, which is
No, maybe comes from toilet paper.
Some people in this office have been indicted for or accused of clogging a toilet with a giant shit.
You want to call them out?
I don't. But true or false, people have been shamed for taking giant turds in this office.
Yes. Sure.
Yes. Okay. End of point. Has anyone been shamed of using too much toilet paper in this office?
But giant diarrhea shits infers too much toilet paper. And no, of course, it's not our toilet paper. We're not the ones buying it. That's the office budget.
Okay.
But
If your main argument is toilet paper is $1.60 a roll.
Well, I think
I
I have shit at this office when I've had diarrhea, and it's been like I had that 3 a.m. burrito. that I've shit at this office like maybe 5 times in my entire life. So when I'm discussing this exact topic, I am at home playing on my home field. I'm on my home turf. That is when it's like, dude, I just used a whole fucking roll of toilet paper on my asshole because I got diarrhea.
Do you like using a plunger?
No, it's gross. It's
Okay.
disgusting.
When you plunge the toilet with a giant shit, the poop is.
I have never
over.
taken a shit.
The poop is all over.
I have never
the
taken
plunger.
a shit so big in my life and looked down and been like, I have to flush this before I wipe my ass, otherwise it's going to clog the toilet. I've never done that in my life. If that's other people out there watching,
Do you consider
Then-
Hand
yourself
up.
lucky?
Hand up. I thought you were an alpha male. You're not.
I said I wasn't. I said I'm a beta. I'm subpar in most things.
All right. That was a fun one.
That was a fun one.
Very fun one. So do you get like diarrhea on the bottom of your balls sometimes?
I don't have mine. Mine doesn't go like that.
Dude, it splatters everywhere.
Are you like that one setting on the hose that nobody uses? You're like, what is this?
It's fire hose setting, yeah.
He's
Oh,
just
like-
a sprinkler.
Yeah, I've
fire
never.
Yeah.
I've never. Okay.
Listen.
Diarrhea it's messy.
Listen, my personal opinion going into this, I thought I would have probably chosen diarrhea. I thought Dave said a lot of ridiculous things in his argument. However, I thought he said a lot of good things. Point being that a non-wiper could be just as pleasurable as...
And getting rid of that like little borderline painful shit, it also gives
Yes,
you that
so-
same feeling that you described.
So I'm going to give point to Dave.
Okay. There were 2 things you guys both could have said that could have won me over. Cheah, all you had to say was bidet. They're like $20. It feels good. That's all you had to say. For you, I mean, I think you and I might be the same here. I'm a pretty private shitter.
I need my home bathroom.
The silence of the big log, that's going to be loud every time. The silence of the big log and
sure.
how funny a big log is. You look down
And
there.
Yeah, you send it to your boys like,
If
hey
it's
guys,
if
look
it's
what I
going
did.
in the tube
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
breaking the water like the fin of a shark,
Yep.
hilarious. So I wish you would have said that.
I wish I would have said that as well.
But for the sake of the brain clash for this, Cheah being brave enough to compare his diarrhea to orgasm, maybe I don't agree at all, but him being a champion on that field, I'm going to give my point to Stephen Cheah.
All right. Jacob,
All right.
you're needed for the first time.
Okay.
Settle this tie.
I'm gonna settle the tie, and this is hard because I agree with you, Nick, in that the orgasm comparison did leave me speechless. My jaw did drop. However, I'm gonna have to give point to White Sox Dave. For me personally, there's almost no greater pleasure. Orgasm is a greater pleasure. Almost no greater pleasure than a one wipe or a no wiper.
Is the one wiper real? Do you ever trust the one wipe? You always go back for
You
seconds.
always go back for a second.
Dave,
yes.
do you trust your one wipe?
No, however, but it's no. I'll just not always.
Okay,
no.
sure.
When it's redeemed and you go back for the second wipe and it's empty, you're just like, I have so much more time in my day. And at the end of the day, the only thing you can't buy is time.
Amen.
So
Jacob, you're a diarrhea guy. You're part of the cream.
what the fuck? I mean, yes, sometimes. And
13 times though in a day. Were you like bleeding after wiping?
Yeah, that
No.
too. I didn't.
You had to have
even
been
say that
raw.
part.
I actually almost sent you a picture later.
No.
The Pantone you hated.
Was it that color?
Yeah.
Cheah,
Pantone
a
was
text would have sufficed. Like, not a photo of it.
Had the bad Pantone.
Was it a
Okay.
green Pantone?
Yeah.
It was like, what was it?
Pantone 397 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, you lead 2-1. You could win the brain clash. You could break your cold streak with a win right here. Dave, kick or receive. Would it be better to marry 10 years younger or 10 years older?
Your partner.
Oh,
being
okay.
10 years
okay,
younger or older.
Okay. I will receive. It would absolutely be better to marry 10 years younger. So you can, like, I'm 37 right now. That would mean I have a 27-year-old partner. That would mean that I could show off to people like, yeah, I got a 27-year-old girlfriend. You know, that's a point of pride for men. If you are dating that much younger, typically the girl is in some form or manner kind of, I wouldn't say gold digging per se, but chances are she sees in you an established male, someone who makes a good money, has a good career, has a good head on their shoulders. If you're a girl that's marrying 10 years down, that means you're broken. You're probably divorced. You got a lot of daddy issues, maybe, and you're just used. And when I say used, I mean physically used. You know, if you catch my drift.
No, what could you mean, Dave?
I meant exactly what you think I meant. And yeah, that you're like at that point you're a weirdo if you're dating like if I were dating a 47-year-old, you guys would all be like talking about it. Like you wouldn't say it like in a bad way, like, oh, your girlfriend's 40. Like, dude, Dave's got a 47-year-old girlfriend. What the fuck? It'd be a little awkward.
Okay, Stephen Cheah.
Terrible take. I'm glad you took the side you did. It's definitely going 10 years older. So what did you say you were, 37? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to use you as an example. So 37-year-old, you'd be with a 27-year-old girlfriend who probably likes going out to bars, hanging with friends, being up late, doing all the things. What time do you go to bed, Ryan, the people?
10.
Okay, 10 o'clock. Okay. Do you like to go out every weekend, drink, get banged
Not
up?
anymore.
No, yeah. But if you had a 27-year-old girlfriend, you probably would have to do those things. And while the sex that is way after your bedtime that you're probably too tired to do is certainly appealing in some aspects, I'm going with the older because if you look back at American culture, Stifler's mom changed everything. I'm not saying I actually hate Jennifer Connelly, but the way that older MILFs have been portrayed, if you're a younger guy getting an older girl, my first thought would be, damn, that dude's the man. Like, it wouldn't be like, oh, he's fucking going after damaged goods like you portrayed.
Wait. No. We're not.
It would be impressive that he can date someone that's outside of his, I don't want to say social status, but like in a different age range or different tier, because that person likely has way more disposable income, has less obligations, because even if they have kids at that point, they're likely of the age where they're fine to do things on their own. Also, sexual prime. A lot of women reach their sexual prime in the like late 40s, early 50s time, so you can go nuts at that time. So I think definitely going older is the way.
I think that you just made that sexual prime statement up completely off the top of your head right there. Cougars, but okay, now can you read the question one more time?
Would you rather marry 10 years?
So the question was,
younger or
would you
older?
rather marry? We're not talking about Steve Stifler's mom getting porked by shitbreak in American Pie.
That's even better. Then you get to inherit a lot of that.
Hold on.
You share that wealth.
But you brought that up as if it answered the question. It didn't. That was like if I'm in college hypothetically and I find a MILF that's, in this case, we'll say I was 22, a senior in college, 32-year-old. Are you raising someone else's kids too?
I'd be the dad that stepped up.
That's
be great.
Would it really?
Yeah.
Would you want to raise someone else's children?
If I loved the woman,
of course, but you're not. But that's not what he's describing right now.
He's talking about marriage.
He didn't. He described a one-night stand. He used Steve Stifler and Stifler's mom.
I just said she set the standard for a MILF.
You would. Yes, but you also preface that by saying you hate her.
I hate the actress.
But you hate her because of what she was in American Pie. So
I just hate that she's been that role
but
career.
You weren't talking about marriage right there. The question was, who would you rather marry, 10 years up or 10 years below you? You want to marry someone 10 years below you. And if you're, like, I'll use myself again. I'm 37. If I'm dating a 27-year-old, that's my choice. I'm looking for a girl that's going to be obviously, but I wouldn't be dating a girl that is still in, let's go to Tao until 4 a.m. That is something that I would avoid.
That's what 27-year-olds do.
I had a 27-year-old girlfriend. She would be ready to be like, okay, we're gonna, cook home cooked meals on weekends instead of going out and getting blackout drunk. That you can still find those girls that are more compatible to your lifestyle at 37 than going out and just saying, hey, I'm gonna fuck this MILF tonight.
I'll ping pong this back to you. Going out, dinner conversation. If you're bringing a much younger girl around your friends, they're going to be like, this fucking guy Dave is bringing this young girl we have to like babysit the whole time, which is annoying. On the contrary, if you bring an older woman, she has a lot of stuff to teach you, not only in the bedroom, which would be awesome, but just like she's a cultured person. She knows who she is in life. She's more fun to be around.
Why is she more fun to be around? If I was dating a 47-year-old, I'd be like, why aren't you married yet? What's wrong with you? Why hasn't that happened?
Maybe she just got divorced.
And okay, in that case, then it's like, there's a red flag too. It's like, wait, hold on. You married someone who you found out later on that you're not compatible with, and those girls are the ones that you do not. They like lose control of their interests. They're out for blood too. They're like, I'm gonna fuck everything in sight. They're not looking for.
You're sounding very insecure in who you are right now.
I'm not. They're looking for the rebound. They're not looking for the next Mr.
You're projecting a lot of shortcomings on these potential partners.
I'm not. But like the question was, who would you rather marry, 10 years up or 10 years down? Would you actually? I'm looking you in.
Yes.
No,
yes.
you wouldn't.
100%.
You wouldn't. You don't believe this.
100%.
How old are you? 40? You would
I'm
marry a
40.
50-year-old?
Yeah, if I was in love with her, sure. Why would that stop me?
But you wouldn't ever pursue that 50-year-old. The chances that you pursued a 50-year-old to, like, in a hypothetical world is slim to none. If you found the pool of 30-year-old girls out there for Stephen Cheah.
It doesn't mean which pool is bigger. It means which, like, if I found
But
a woman that I loved that was 50 years old and I was not married, then yeah, why would I not?
If you had,
what would be stopping me?
If you were single right now, hypothetically, no family, no wife, none of that stuff, and you had a dating app like Tinder or whatever, the new one, Hinge or whatever, what would your age range be?
Brother, let me tell you, I was on Tinder for a very short time, and I exclusively looked for older women. So
you were looking to fuck them, though. You weren't looking to marry them.
You just said
I understand.
What do you want me to do? You asked me a question about Tinder. I answered the question, and now you're going back on it.
You were looking to have a one-night stand. You weren't looking to marry them. That was the question.
It was a dating app at that time. It was a fairly new dating app. It was like.
Would you rather date a 30-year-old or a 50-year-old?
I would rather marry a 50-year-old.
Or marry. You'd rather marry a 50-year-old? You're lying to everybody's face. You're literally lying to us.
In my perspective, age would not factor in.
Okay. All right.
You just said that you'd rather marry, so it does factor in because they're established and all that.
I feel confident in my argument.
Nick, a lot to take in there.
Yeah, I thought Cheah had the harder argument, and I think he dominated. I think Dave, you may have come off looking disgusting.
Literally was talking about Stifler's mom, who was a one-night stand.
Eva Longoria's 50. Angelina Jolie is 50.
We're not talking about celebrities. We're talking
Well,
about
I'm just saying 50-year-old women. I think the argument was won. Your point was like the boys would be impressed. Like Dave's the man. He's dating a 27-year-old. And that was really kind of it, right? I think you brought up a lot of good points bringing down dating a 27-year-old, which is like your 10 o'clock bedtime wanting to stay in. Like there's an inherent thing in a 20-year-old that wants to go out, that wants to have fun because time's fleeting. The 10 years older, they got that out of their system. They're kind of when you're 40, there's not a huge difference between goods. 50. I'm going to go Steve here.
Yeah, this was a good one because I genuinely believe you guys would have chosen both sides.
I agree.
Like I don't know why you don't believe that.
He's a big time MILF guy.
Yes, yeah. I believe he would have said that. It killed me that you said Jennifer Connelly instead of
Pornhub history
instead of Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah. Oh yes, sorry.
Connolly.
Yes, that killed me.
Yeah.
Kinda.
And Dave did have this is a Mary thing. This is not a bang thing. Yeah, Dave, I can't pick it because if I pick it, that means I'm like co-signing what you said, and you said some fucking
vile
rancid shit, bro.
That's zest for podcasting.
I get it.
So take your head out of the gutter. That's zest for podcast purposes. Whittle it down to what I said.
So I'm gonna go Stephen Cheah, and that's gonna tie it up.
Oh my God.
You guys are fucking nuts.
Ed, what a clash, Ed. What a fucking clash, Ed.
We weren't talking about marriage. You brought up a world-famous one-night stand in a question about marriage. They weren't looking to marry him. They were looking to go show off to their boys and to give Stifler shit. I know. I just
brought up that MILFs are cool. That's it.
That wasn't the question, though. I agree with that. MILFs are awesome. We all love MILFs.
You don't.
I don't want to marry one. I don't want to marry Jennifer Coolidge. I want to bang her and show off to about it and bust Steve Stifler's balls about it. Like, hey, I banged your mom. That's all.
Here we go. The rubber match. Game 5.
Oh, my God.
It is 2-2.
This is an insane panel. Insane.
Stephen Cheah. Kick or receive. Would you rather have all sports be delayed by 30 minutes So you know what happens. You see the highlights. Everything's spoiled. So picture yourself gambling cave. You guys are 30 minutes behind. Everyone's on Twitter, and you already know what's going on. Or would you rather only exclusively be able to listen to sports on the radio?
I would rather be able to listen to sports on the radio. I want the ball. I want to score.
Okay.
So I listened to sports on the radio for a very long time. So, as you guys know, I'm a Buccaneers fan. I lived in New Jersey growing up my whole life. We did not have DirecTV. I was not at the point in my life where I could sway my parents' decision on cable. So how I followed the game was I would watch drive charts on NFL.com to see the play, and I would listen to Gene Deckerhoff and his partners were changing, Scott Brantley, Dave Moore, a bunch of guys. I would listen to the play-by-play. So I would listen to Tampa radio, WDAE in Tampa, and I would hear the game. And you get to hear it live. You get to see it live. You get to, and obviously this is far before I started gambling or was even of the legal age, but you get to hear and picture everything in real time. If you get things spoiled, getting something spoiled nowadays with, streaming culture and how things happen so instantly, especially with social media, the worst thing that can happen to you is getting something spoiled. I remember a very, very long time ago in 1995, I think, I had to, I got taken to our town fair. I think it was called the festival or something like that. Downtown, there were some shops and whatever, and a sidewalk sale, that type of thing for the whole town. So I went, there was a bounce house, had fun or whatever. But at the time, I was a big, Larry Johnson was my favorite player ever. He was on the Charlotte Hornets, so I liked the Charlotte Hornets at that time. He later got traded to the Knicks, which is why I'm a Knicks fan. But anyway, the game, they were playing the Suns, and it was a game on TV. So I got to watch it. I was going to be very excited about it, but I had to go to this thing with my family. So I was like, oh, shit. All right, we had a VCR, so we recorded it, got home. My dad didn't go. My dad's like, hey, did you see the Hornets lost in last minute? And so that got spoiled to me. That was my first instance of getting something spoiled, and I was so mad. It ruined my day. I remember it 30 years later, how pissed I was when LaShawn McCoy spoiled Avengers. Everyone was so mad at him to the point where it actually kind of sullied his reputation a bit as, a potentially Hall of Fame running back. There's nothing worse than getting something spoiled that's not an actual crime. So yeah, getting stuff spoiled would suck. If we were in this example, if we were doing this in a gambling cave and knew what was happening, that would be terrible.
Okay.
Because also in this point, you can't bet it. You can't bet the past results.
Okay. Dave, please argue.
I was going to ask, can you bet the past results?
No, listen, you're delayed by 30 minutes. The clips are out there.
Yeah, you could probably still get your bets in on time.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, okay.
It's just a 30-minute delay. Because remember we're
You're basically asking if you'd rather be deaf or blind right there. So, you only, unless you're just an insane boomer, first of all, who even has terrestrial radio anymore? It's obviously it exists, but you don't really use it often. And number two, I want to see the game that I'm watching. I want to have the visuals. I don't want to just hear it. I don't want to hear Tom Thayer calling, Devin Hester. I want to see that I want to see that happening. I don't care if I already know it's going to happen or if I'm 30 minutes ahead. And at that point, I don't give a fuck about those around me. I'm being selfish in this manner. I'm the fan. I'm the one watching the TV in front of me. If you just give it to the radio, I'm sitting there just with my eyes closed, listening to and trying to imagining the Caleb Williams play on 4th and 8 against the Packers this year. And I wouldn't have any clue how close he actually was to getting sacked in that season ending in that moment. You would have to try to visualize it in your own head. You don't realize how incredible a throw it actually is. You just have to trust others. I'd much rather have the ability to watch it, even if I'm 30 minutes delayed or whatever, and there's going to be spoilers. And when you guys were at the Packers game, we were behind, and Big Cat called. He's like, "Oh, I'm blaming I think he actually blamed it on you." Was it Mintz? Yeah. He blamed it on Mintz. It was whatever. We forgot about it the next day. I would have never thought about that again until we brought this question up. So yeah, give me the watching the TV every day of the week and twice on Sunday on radio. Radio is that is the absolute that's worst case scenario when you have to listen to a game. You're driving home from the airport, you have nothing else that you have no other, like even today, like I would just throw it on YouTube TV on my phone and watch it that way with like it held up to my console or something. Like the radio, it's so obsolete that like I would want nothing to do with that. And
so you're okay. You wouldn't get mad with getting things spoiled for you?
It would be like a mild annoyance, but in the end, like I would take that annoyance over having to watch every sporting event for the rest of my life or listen to it on the radio with just having to like imagine in my own head how the plays or how the games actually went.
The greatest thing about sports is it's unscripted. Anything can happen at any time. Mm-hmm. And if you know what's happening, that would feel scripted and annoying and make me want to watch a lot less. Additionally, when you see, some of the greatest NFL clips of all time, like on Inside the NFL, where they do these awesome montages of an actual play, the play-by-play that they're going to dub over that is called by the local radio commentator. So those are always like the Bears have a great one. The Browns have a great one. The Bucks, Gene Deckerhoff just retired, but they have a great one where it's an iconic. You think about that team, you can picture that guy's voice. You grew up with that. You hear it. that is how you live it as a Bears fan, as a Bucks fan, Browns fan, whatever. So I think, but also like, that's kind of a cool element to not necessarily have the, Jim Nantz, Tony Romo. Sure, that's fine in real life. But when you go back and you visualize in your head, it's going to be with the local radio guy's voice.
While Tom Thayer and Jeff Joniak are great, incredible at what they do, I love them both. Like, I have to apologize to them right now. I would never want to listen to them again if it was the only form of taking in a game that I was allowed. If it's the choice between having to listen to those two incredibly gifted broadcasters and watching it 30 minutes ahead, I'm taking the visual all day.
What's your favorite show right now that's on TV, non-sports?
I don't know, just Throne. I don't know, Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Well, what's like a current one that has?
I'm watching the New Thrones.
The New Thrones. All right.
Yeah.
Just wait a day. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna spoil the ending for you, and let's see how that goes.
I already that happened to me in Istanbul this week.
It sucked, right?
Didn't suck. I went and watched it, and it was still awesome. It was awesome.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What a clash, Ed.
What a clash.
Cheah, I think there were some missed points by you.
Oh.
I think if you could only listen to it, I think that would free up so much productivity, right? I think you would be able to have it in your headphones. You could go work out. You could go walk around. You could go do a ton of stuff.
Points.
And there's one thing that I personally do. I don't know if you guys do it, Ed. You may. Whenever a major upset happens, whenever a crazy play happens, I love to go listen to the radio broadcasts of the fans of the team and then the opposing radio broadcast to hear the heart ripped out. There's something of just in that audio form that makes it almost seem more passionate. I don't think either side were too strong, but those were some two misses, and because of the misses, I got to go with White Sox Dave.
I thought I illustrated the home radio call is more iconic and more.
Oh yeah, when they overlay it with the sure, yeah. But it's like the first thing I do after a play happens. I like to find those radio broadcasts.
I just feel like he didn't really make an argument.
Yeah,
I did make an argument. I said I'd rather watch than listen.
And you don't care about spoiling?
That was
no, I don't
that
care.
was the choice. I don't think he made an argument for that.
Would your enjoyment be impacted? What percentage of your enjoyment would be impacted watching the Bears Packers on a 30-minute delay?
None for that specific game at all because they won.
This is where I
That's
wish
where
that
you gotta.
I wish that he brought up the 4th and 8. This is where I wish Steven came over the top. The last play to Cole Kmet in the playoff game against the Rams. That's a play that would have sucked to have been spoiled because it was so outlandish and so.
But while a normal human would say that, yes, I don't give a shit about those around me. So.
What do you mean?
Like I think he's saying like you'd want to experience that with people, like with people around, with fans around you, the camaraderie of like high-fiving people. If I'm 30 minutes ahead, I don't give a shit.
That play was so improbable that you would never want to hear about it until you've seen it.
Yeah. That was the nature of my argument, I thought. I didn't use a specific play.
Yeah, I get
no,
that.
I got your argument.
I get that, and I think like just being able to hear I still love.
If I saw that before everybody else, I'd love it every bit as much as if I saw it in real time.
The argument would hear it 30 minutes later.
And one thing you brought up, Dave, that I already voted for you, so don't get mad. You said it's radio's not accessible. You said who has it anymore? Everybody.
I mean, it's in a car though. That's the only time.
Car, phone. You can. It's pretty. I think anybody can get it.
I'm talking about like the.
I think it's the easiest medium to obtain.
Yeah. NBA League Pass you can get it on my phone for NFL. NFL Plus has it. Yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah, I'm kind of I like I said, I love radio.
The only time you listen to the radio is in the car.
That's not true.
An AM, FM radio, yes, it is.
I grew up listening to the radio in the house.
Yeah, you grew up with it. Do you do it today?
I would still, if I was home.
You have a radio in your home, like an actual AM, FM radio.
Yeah.
If
I have an intercom system in my
I
house.
believe you do because you're a weirdo, but like, do you?
If I knew the Buccaneers game was going, if we were in the cave and it was going to be spoiled for me, and I could listen to the radio live, I would listen to the radio live as long as I didn't get in trouble with work.
Bartman had the game on in his headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 years ago.
22.
22, yeah. But regardless, yeah, I just need a little more from you, Steven. Not saying Dave gave a ton, but
I don't see how he gave more.
Put the ball in Jacob's court.
What do you say?
Put the ball in Jacob's court.
Yeah, fine. All right, I'm gonna go Steven. Jacob, up to you.
Like he,
I don't know.
I
don't think
get
he
it.
made
I
an
get it
argument.
for podcasting purposes. However, let the record show that he wasn't going to vote for.
I thought he was going
So
to
he was-
withhold his vote.
I was going to actually kick it to Jacob first, but then I thought there would have been an outcry in the room. So you're up.
You better answer this correctly, Jacob, or there will be hell to pay.
No, Jacob, give your honest opinion.
He's threatening me.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Good point.
Now I'm scared.
Yeah, vote for
I
him.
hate this pressure. No,
It is a lot of pressure.
Is White Sox Dave an enemy you want?
no.
Is Cheah an enemy you want?
No.
Jacob, I'm gonna like you either way. Do whatever you feel.
Well, that
I
was
like you, Jacob.
Very not.
Che, that did hurt my feelings, but I'm gonna have to pick you anyway. And here's why. I'm sorry, White Sox Dave. My rationale here is I think the 2 points that kind of took me were Che's the passion of the like the call. Like I listened to Florida baseball when I was a viceroy. I would listen to the games that weren't on ESPN. I would listen to the Mick Hubert like radio call, and that was always more fun. And
But you did that out of necessity. You said when they weren't on TV. You didn't actively search out like I'm going to listen to this anyways over the broadcast.
when I was out and about, like walking around campus, I would, because it got to the point where there were so many games in a season that I just didn't want to sit and watch.
That's not the question. Would if you were in front of the TV and the Florida
The
Gators
delay,
were playing
the spoilers. That was the other point. I couldn't do.
But no, I'm not talking about the delay at this point. I asked you.
But that's part of your argument is the delay.
You're giving your argument though. You said when I'm walking around campus, I'll listen on the radio. Yeah, because you don't have access to a TV in that given moment. But if you were at home on your couch, you wouldn't be doing that.
Everybody
if it
would
was-
choose TV over radio. That's
if
not
it-
a debate.
Yes, it's the 30-minute delay that makes it hard, because in this day and age, part of the value of sports is experiencing everything all at once together. With streaming now, there's not as many like TV shows on air that like everybody watches at the same time. It all comes on at the same time. It's a lot of streaming where someone can watch it at a certain point throughout the day. Sports are at a fixed time and everybody watches it at the same time together. And I think that's part of why sports are so
But
special.
that's for you. I argued I don't give a flying fuck about anybody around me. If I'm the one getting spoiled, that's fine.
Well, that comes down to what you value in sports, and I value the live aspect and experiencing it with everybody. And if I had to sacrifice watching it, like if I'm listening to it on the radio, I could still watch clips on my phone. That wasn't in the argument.
I think that is in the argument that you can't watch it visually. That's the
Jacob, what's your vote?
I picked Che.
Okay.
It's outrageous.
The cold streak continues.
Outrageous fucking panel that we have put together.
I think it's very hard to argue for the.
I voted for you, Dave.
delay.
I know. But
if I had deferred, I'm confident you would have chosen radio.
No, I wouldn't have.
That's crazy.
A lot of
It's an obsolete technology. Yes, they exist. Yes, everybody has one in their car still and everything. But typically, you're listening.
You would hate sports if it was just constantly spoiled.
No, I wouldn't.
That would be terrible.
I would hate sports if I had to listen to them on the radio.
I listened to the sports on the radio for like 12 years.
And
Are you against like an audio medium?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Like I listen to a lot of music and
Podcasts?
podcasts, yeah. But like that is an audio medium. Like if a sporting event, that's a visual.
Yeah.
Like that's something you want to see with your own two eyes.
That's why I
Up to
voted
the
for you,
day
brother.
game, I put the game on YouTube TV, and I can't watch it obviously while I'm driving, so I listen to it, and it's great.
Yeah, out of necessity.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm driving home and the White Sox are on the radio, I'm listening on the radio because I don't have a TV in my car. But even then, like I can pull.
But
up
I'm just
my
saying, like people
TV now.
still listen to the radio. That's my point.
If you're 60, yeah, like I'm sure my dad still
You
listens.
just
to
said you do it.
97.9 The Loop.
Okay.
All right, fellas, that's the Brain Clash 8. Stephen Cheah, congratulations.
This
Yeah,
game
thank you.
fucking sucks.
Well earned.
And
Listen.
fuck you.
What?
And fuck you.
Why?
And fuck you.
Why?
And fuck you too.
Yeah, I get Jacob. I get
Yeah.
saying that to Jacob.
Sorry.
Nick voted
I
for
don't want
you.
any bad blood.
March.
You know,
Every
Your
time.
argument- Your
Every
argument
time.
in the last one was horrible. You made no argument. You just said, I'm okay with being spoiled. That was your argument. I don't know how either of you even considered voting for him. You guys, Nick and Eddie, would you guys be okay with being spoiled?
But it's a
I've
gun to
been
head
spoiled
hypothetical.
before, and I still enjoy the
Consistently.
journey. Consistently
Yeah.
would be tough.
It would be tough, and it would be tough to have to listen on the radio for the rest of your life and not have any clue.
But
what the
always spoiled
plays-
versus never spoiled's tough.
But it's tough the other way around too.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
That's Brain Clash.
Real good Brain Clash.
Real good Brain
Genuine
Clash.
opposite sides. All right, that's Brain Clash for February. We'll be back in March. Dave, I feel good about your March.
I apologize to any woman over 45. I apologize for Dave. It's just
I
sorry you had to
apologize
hear
for
that.
myself. I'm sorry I said you're damaged goods and that I don't want to raise your shitty kids that are probably, not that much younger than me.
All right, that's the show.
Gross.
Oh, come on.
See you next week.